You're here, I'm queer, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to bring you guys with me to run some errands and also do some housework. And by housework, I mean working on my dolls behind the scenes, because that's what we do. As you can see, I am in my full summer regalia. It is so freaking hot. But I was like, you know what? I'm filming today. I'm gonna take you guys with me today, and I need to look presentable. So I think I'm going to run my errands first, get that out of the way, and do some art, do some doll preparations, and so on. The main goal for today is to buy some materials, also print a doll. And yeah, I think it's going to be really, really fun, and I can't wait for you guys to see me melt away my makeup today. This is the outfit for today. Without the accessories, this is like so plain. It's gonna tie everything together. This is my new bag that I kind of like accessorize to look like Bayonetta, you know? But yeah, this is going to be the outfit for today, and I hope we don't get hate crimed. Let's go. We have a lot of things to do, so. I am taking you guys to my favorite antique store here in Vegas, and they just have so much stuff, and honestly, I can like be here for hours, and I usually am. They just have a lot of decor pieces, clothing, books, everything, toys, you know, all of the stuff, and I just love spending time here. I feel like time stops for a moment and everything is just kind of slower. I feel like it's also kind of like an art slash decor antique historical museum. So everything is just eye candy. Your eyes just exploring everything. May laman tong ano, cologne bottle. It's Avon. A wild rose?
I know.
Oh my god, okay lang ba to say? Do you think?
It's just perfume. I don't think they put cyanide.
Ganyan na lang. Oh, you can smell it.
I know. Fairness, it's
10
very
bucks.
vintage.
This one too, it's Avon.
Hala, this reminds me of my ano.
Ano?
It's very vintage.
I know,
Yung
right?
mama ko.
Diba?
Dati, mga Elizabeth Arden, gano'n.
Ay, well,
Di ba? Di ba
Oo
yung mga
naman.
luma dati?
yeah. Wala naman Elizabeth
Ganun
Arden.
yung bata ko eh, ganyan mga amuyan eh.
That's iconic naman,
That's
Elizabeth
very
Arden.
cutesy na, very demure.
Very mindful ba? Whenever I'm here, I never really have a thing that I'm looking out for. Maybe like an idea of something. Usually it's decor pieces, like a lot of antiques, a lot of Victorian stuff, or Hollywood Regency stuff. But for the most part, I just go through every single aisle, every single vendor, and you just want to scan everything because there are true treasures here. I mean, look at all these dolls. This vendor definitely has a Snow White collection that they're trying to get rid of, which is really, really cool. And they even have the limited edition Disney dolls here. So if you guys are in Vegas and you want to grab these locally, they're here. Oh, Victorian satin morning fan.
Oh, wow. Patay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very Queen Victoria. Remember, that's why she was always in black
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah. Shopping at thrift stores and antique malls is also kind of like a treasure hunt. So when you find something that you really like, it feels like it's one of a kind, you know? And usually it is. So it's just a lot more satisfying. I like going to the antique mall here in Vegas. Just because, I don't know, you just get to chill there, and I feel like it's kind of fun to just see what's available, you know, what people have been selling and everything, and they're like usually locally owned. Nothing was popping up today, so we're gonna continue with the errands and get our art supplies, fabric supplies, and so on. I am on the hunt today for some black fabric and also white pleather fabric. and the texture of it is really specific, but I love going to this local fabric store. They are just super friendly here, super helpful, and I love going to fabric stores because of the different textures, different prints, different textiles, and I just love feeling them, playing around with how they fall, and it's just so interesting to me. And we have secured the fabric, and I actually really love going to the fabric store. I do wonder if they think I know what I'm doing, because I don't, you know? The very last thing I need to do is go grocery shopping. On to food shopping! I'm trying to cut rice, and for a Filipino that's really hard, but the alternative is to make cauliflower rice, which is okay. But with that, you really have to add so much flavor to it, some spices, and I love garlic, so I needed to get some garlic powders, and actual garlic as well, and some onions. And yeah, I mean, I had a longer list, but I'm only showing a few here and there, like eggs. Yay! Oh my gosh! Before we start cooking, let's start a doll print so it can do its thing while we do our thing. I want to say thank you to Elegoo for sponsoring and gifting me this printer so I can give you guys my first impressions of it. I have to say that the setup for this was friendlier than I thought. The Elegoo Mars 5 Ultra has an auto test feature which makes sure the printer is ready to go. An AI camera which is able to capture time lapses and detects an empty build plate or any print warpings. This printer has an auto leveling feature which is so convenient because I often have failed prints due to the constant need of leveling the build plate. The tilt technology makes it easy to achieve an ultra-fast print without needing fast resin or ACF released film. It also features a smart sensor for resin shortage and foreign object detection, which will be so handy to prevent future failed prints. The exposure time calibration offers 8, 6, and 4 segments, so users can choose the ideal exposure time to obtain the best details of the models. I also love that this printer connects to Wi-Fi, so I can monitor the print through my laptop. It just makes it easier to monitor the print while it's happening when I am in my studio working on a doll or drawing or editing a video, so I don't have to keep checking the print. It's just right there on my laptop. This doll had printed faster than expected, and I was really pleased with the details and efficiency. I'm really surprised on how smooth this print turned out, because usually there would be a lot of lines on the actual print, but this one is very minimal and it's like less sanding for me to do. Again, I want to say a huge thank you to Elegoo for sending me this printer. I am so excited with this new technology. I'm excited. So now I think I want to make some art. I have been obsessed with Castlevania. I kind of want to draw something for Castlevania. I have my setup over here. I have my watercolor paper. Of course, our muse for today is going to be Alucard, and I've always wanted to draw him, so I was like, you know what, let's go for it. And I'm actually even more excited about this video and this painting because at the time of this voiceover, they have released Castlevania Nocturne trailer for season 2. So Castlevania is going to be back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how apropos. I'm excited. This is what we have so far. I have Alucard over here, but then I think I want to change my mind because it's a little bit too big. I think I want his hair to be flowing. Like I want the dramatic hair. So I think we are going to, we're gonna start over. I definitely wanted a more kind of romantic scene. I want some wind action, and I definitely want, I mean, honestly, the only excuse is so I can draw him a dramatic cape with dramatic hair. And this hair needs to be really, like, it needs to flow so well. After the sketch, I then line draw the details with a regular pen, which may not be the most ideal tool, but I love using a regular ball pen. It does bleed here and there, so I just have to be careful. And this time I'm trying to leave the hair out because I really want his hair to look really golden and not have black pen details on it like I did for my Sailor Moon paintings. So I really want his hair to look platinum almost. Now let's take our watercolor paints and start giving him some life. He is only half vampire, so he needs some like color in his visage and everywhere. So I'm over here just doing my best to blend this out. It's been quite some time since I've done a watercolor painting, so it felt like I was learning these steps again. I don't know why, but I'm still not used to shading and blending with watercolor paints. I don't know, maybe I'm just used to like acrylic paint, maybe pencils. I'm not sure, like the medium of watercolor is just so foreign to me. I absolutely love the effects of it. I love the grainy texture that it gives. However, I am a really big fan of deeper colors, rich tones, and just really, really opaque paintings. And usually watercolor comes off pastel for a while until you really build those colors. So you have to really keep building them. I don't know, maybe I just need to keep practicing. I need to paint some more. The watercolor paintings that I've done seriously are literally under 10, so I definitely need to do some more work. Initially, this was just going to be a regular portrait of him, no background or anything, but the composition is definitely like asking for it. I don't know why I drew him so low on the paper, but honestly, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, well then let's go ahead and put Dracula's castle over there. Let's go ahead and put some moon. I really tried to create depth with watercolor. I'm not sure if it was super effective. Usually I am able to create backgrounds with graphite, not necessarily watercolors. So that was a bit of a challenge. I don't really draw male anatomy that often, so I kind of made a mistake with the arms, and I made the gloves way too high and I made the elbows way too high. So over here, I'm just doing my best to kind of fix it. And of course, obviously we have to paint over it so that we can add more colors to it. I made a mistake of using gouache for the arms because after I added watercolor to it, it was pulling out the color and it wouldn't really blend. It was just a mess, so I just added some details and kind of made it busy. I added some texture there, I added some wrinkles to kind of hide that, but it didn't blend the way I wanted it to, so I just had to pivot. Overall, I was really happy because I'm able to achieve what I had in my head with the dramatic hair movement, the dramatic cape, the bonus Dracula castle, the beautiful regalia that I personally would wear. And with that, we are finished with Alucard. And we are finally done. I am super tired. Today has just been such a long day. I feel like for the most part, I was pretty productive today, so that is amazing for me. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we got some doll parts printed using our new printer. I was able to do some sketches and watercolors. I think we got some things done today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way to the end, I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope to see you on my next doll video coming up. And if you haven't guessed it, I'll give you a bit of a hint. Let's just say that she's been unfashionably late, but she's ready to give you everything you want.